Hey guys, my name is Michael Ashishnoy, and this is...
My name is Vitalik, and I work in a Cardiac Cath Lab. Well, I've always liked science and hearts, and I really wanted to know how it works, so I decided to pursue it. Well, I jumped around between careers, and I kind of fumbled into it by accident. I applied to many different programs, and then I got accepted into all of them, and I had to just pick one randomly.
What names of college did you do for this?
I did 3 years of college for this.
3 years of college?
No, because in college, literally like the last 5 months, I was already working in, like, you have to do clinicals, so it's on the job training kind of. So for 5 months out of the year, I was working in a hospital already for a grade.
Really?
Yeah. So
was it with real patients that you were doing it? Really?
Real patients, yeah.
So all ages, just random people?
Yeah, you just go to local hospitals, and they have kind of a deal with the school, and they precept you, and
Interesting.
you just help them out, and you get to do hands-on.
Interesting. So you don't get paid, right? It's just...
When you're going through school, no. You're a student there. So.
Okay.
So my main thing is to make sure that the paperwork is done correctly, to set up all the prep work in the room and on the patient, and then also I control the x-ray and I drive the table, so our tables move, and we have a giant C-arm that moves, and like the controller, I use all the joysticks to drive it and all that. But it varies because with my job, we have to have someone on call 24/7. So I take about 12 to 15 days of call a month. So on the days that I am on call, they can call me in at any time for emergencies, for emergency heart attacks. So my days, usually I get to work, and then where I work, we have student doctors, so they have like didactics, they do teaching the first hour, so I go get breakfast while they're teaching, because we can't do surgery without them. And then I'll prep the room, prep the patient, we'll do cases all day long, and then I just leave. And then if I'm on call, I can't go more than 30 minutes from the hospital. So the longest case I've been in was an 8-hour lead extraction. It was literally, did one case the entire day. It took the whole shift. And it was on a pacemaker lead that had grown in on this patient, that he got it when he was young, and so as a child that muscle tissue grew around it so much, and we had to use a laser to cut it out, and it took a very long time.
So do you guys get lunch breaks, or like a few bathroom breaks during this operation, if it's that long, or no?
Yes, so somebody will come in and relieve you for lunch, and if you have to go to the bathroom, they can relieve you. Usually they don't last that long to where you don't need a bathroom break. And plus, like, when you're excited and stuff, you don't really think about that.
Yeah.
What I like most is that I find it interesting, and also I love patients, but I like that I just kind of get in and out. I don't have to take care of them the whole time, and you do get to help people, but like you don't have to sit there and babysit them. You kind of just do your part, and then you move on. And I like that you don't have to watch them writhe in pain and stuff, The thing I don't like most is probably the call. It's kind of unpredictable, often more than I like. I get called in at 2 a.m., 3 a.m., and it's because you don't get the next day off. You still have to work your shift. So you're working all night, and then you have to be back in an hour for your normal shift. So those are the days I don't like. That's what I don't like most. So we have to clean the room after every patient, so we wipe everything down. I throw my table, so we try to throw everything sterilely. So we follow sterile technique to throw the table. I'll set up the table. Usually I'll set it up before the patient gets there, and then I'll have someone else pour my fluids. I'll get all my catheters, all the supplies I'm gonna need situated. We get the room all draped. Then we'll bring the patient in. We'll hook them up to everything, all our vital signs. And then I'll step out and get scrubbed down, and then I'll come in, put my gown on, put my gloves on, my lead. We have to wear lead to protect us from x-rays. And I'll start draping the patient, and then and I use kind of the patient as my table also. I'll put stuff on his legs and stuff, because it's just easier because it's all right there. So I'll put a bunch of towels on him and put my bowls next to his feet. And so if they kick though, they spill my water, but it's okay. No, not the only difference is if they're COVID positive, we have to take extra N95s and contact precautions for transporting them from the designated corona section of the hospital to our lab. So you don't want to get that whole hallway and everything in between infected in between. So that's the hardest part, is just because you have to wear so many masks. You have to wear an N95 and a regular mask on top and a face shield. And it's 100 degrees. It feels like it's 100. It's actually 60, but it feels like it's 100 degrees, and you can't take it all off until you're done. So it just makes it really hot. That's the only biggest difference. So the hardest part is kind of getting started, I think, not to get intimidated, because you're kind of thrown in there, and this person's life kind of depends on you not making a mistake. And it can be very hard when you do make a mistake and something goes wrong to kind of not spiral out of control. Once you make one mistake, you can't slow down and be you have to keep going. But then it's kind of hard to kind of calm down, especially if a person starts dying, and you just want to step back. But you can't. You have to be in there. I kind of just see it as the more calm we stay, the more calm other people remain. So I kind of they call it kind of like being like a duck. You see the duck, it looks like it's just floating there while his feet are going like this. So you don't show that part. You try to act calm even if you're not. That kind of helps everyone else stay calm also, because if you start panicking, everyone else starts panicking. I think you have to be kind of a quick learner and quick reaction, quick thinking, I guess. Usually the doctors don't like it when they have to tell you what to do. They expect you to kind of pay attention to the situation and predict what they're going to want. So they want it to be ready before they ask for it. And so if we can kind of learn their routines or whatever, or just assess what's happening, basically be quick on your feet, kind of quick thinking. Always be thinking 3 steps ahead of what we're going to do next, and then what we're going to do after that, and what we're going to do after that, and then so that way you can kind of prepare. Just don't be reactive, you have to be proactive. Pay attention in your anatomy class, physiology class, pay attention in those classes that don't really feel like you're going to need them, because a lot of times I feel like you might need that knowledge that has nothing to do with what you're actually doing. That outside knowledge will kind of help you. Also, people notice. People right away. People will pick out who's smart and who isn't. It's usually one conversation, and then they've already decided about you. So the more knowledgeable you can be, the more they'll respect you, and the more they'll trust you. and the more doctors will trust you and they'll trust what you have to say. So I would kind of say just pay attention, even on things that don't seem like they relate right now. They might later down the line. Yes, I'd want the same like end goal. I'd probably do it a little differently. I think because I went to automotive first and all this, so I think I would have just arrived at my destination sooner.
Yeah.
So that would be something different that I would do, because I didn't know that's what I wanted to do. When I applied for the program, I didn't even have any idea what I'd be doing, honestly. So I just kind of got lucky that I really love it. But now that I know, if I could go back in time, I would just head straight for this with no detours.